Morning, Rock Hill. Pastor Kyle with a Tuesday morning sermon recap from this last Sunday. God has called you to be a worshiper. And this is not confined to what you do when you gather with God's people on Sunday morning, but means every moment of every day living before the throne of God in worship to Him, adoring Him, standing in awe of Him. Most of you know that, but how do you do it? What are some practical strategies to employ so that you live a life of worship to God? This week's message, I gave you 5 practical ways that you can live as a worshiper 24/7. The first is to never lose your sense of awe and wonder over who God is, over what God has made, and over how God has redeemed. There's a danger when we become familiar with things that are truly extraordinary to simply treat them as ordinary. They take our breath away, but the more we see them, the more we just tend to ignore them or not even see them. And so when it comes to the things of God, who He is, what He's done, how He has made and saved, never lose your sense of awe and wonder at that. Allow physical experiences that you see and taste and touch to evoke a sense of worship in the God who made that. Second, fill your life with things that stir your affections for Jesus Christ, and purge or rid your life of things that rob your joy and affection for Jesus. And so it's a very simple question. What helps me to love Jesus more? What stirs affections in my soul for who He is and what He's done? What leads me to worship? That I need to rightly fill my life with those things. On the flip side, what are the things that suck the joy out of my life, that rob my joy in Jesus Christ? There is the blatantly sinful kind of joy sucker, and then there's the joy sucker that is actually inherently good, but has become too big a thing where it becomes a distraction. So what is it that's robbing my joy in Jesus Christ? I need to purge my life or rid my life of those. Third is that you need to train yourself to see people before you see tasks. You need to open your eyes and ask God, what are you doing in the lives of all of these human beings that I'm interacting with? God, where are you already at work where I can join you? Fourth, embrace helpful rhythms that help reorient your heart for the things of the Lord. Whether things like daily Bible reading and prayer, weekly worshiping and recalibrating our lives around the worship of God rather than the worship of other things. Weekly gathering with the people of God in something like a city group where you can encourage one another, where you can exhort one another, and where you can spend some time talking about life and the Word of God. And then finally, fifth, obey what you already know. If you want to live a life of worship, do not call Jesus Lord in name only, but the things that you already know, the things that you already have a clear understanding on. If you ignore those things and then say that you're worshiping God, you're being a hypocrite. And so these are just practical ways to stir and cultivate a heart of worship for God. Never lose your sense of awe. Purge your life of things that rob your joy and fill your life with things that fuel your affections for Jesus. See people before tasks. Create certain rhythms in your life that reorient your heart constantly to the things of the Lord, and obey what you already know. If you want more on that, I invite you to go online and look at the sermon. Thanks. Hope you guys have a great week.